ฮัลโหลซัมโอเค good มาแล้วใช่ไหมฮะเห็นจอเนาะ
ครับ
เป็นไงบ้างตอนนี้ปิดเทอมแล้วเปิดเทอมแล้ว
ตอนนี้เปิดเทอมแล้วครับ
โอเคนะครับทีนี้เรามาต่อนะครับ speaking for fit for fire right โอเคเหมือนเดิมเลยแพทเทิร์นเรานะฮะ alright so for today class we are going to shift from a storytelling into discussion part, right? So you can see that in each topic, you can see that one, two, three, four, five, six, seven questions, series of seven questions here can be asked to you, right? Okay, so first of all, so I'm going to let you prepare for 10-minute preparation based on this kind of question, right? So the core topic for this conversation, for this discussion part would be advertising, right? So the first question is about how do you think at AdWords have a big impact on what people buy. So you have to explain why do those people, right? Those advertising or a person who are working at advertising can impact people buy or not. If so, what kind of criteria or even impact that can people may follow or even try to test something new, right? Okay, so advert useful for people. So do you think that those people who do advertising kind of really good or have more advantages or even usefulness for that for those people, right? What kind of AdWords are most common in your country? So for this question, is kind of like you need to talk about this kind of product. For example, like if we are selling a product. Okay, so what kind of advertisement that those people may come up with a new idea or invent something new to our country or not. So you just I think that you need to mention on the some kind of product here, right? And which are more effective. So compare between the two. The first one is that AdWords on a TV and AdWords on a social media. Okay. And do you think advertising aimed at children is acceptable? So for this one is that you need to talk about the impact to those students. For example, like if we want to advertise such a cookie or candy, right? It may impact a lot toward children, but what we can do to prevent such an age limit or what kind of thing that we have to do so. And what do you think about advertising for fast food? Okay, so for this question is very important for fast food because just because it is available in the market, and I would say that fast food might be an impactful product that can impact largely toward children or even those people around them. And do you think some types of AdWords should be banned? For example, like cigarette or something like that, right? So you need to think about what kind of product. As I mentioned, for cigarette, it might be really important to um, you know try to manage or even prohibit something like that, right? Okay, I'm going to let you prepare for 10 minutes ให้เวลาดูก่อนแล้วกันนะครับ10 นาทีนะโอเค
โอเคครับอันนี้คือให้เราตอบคำถามใช่ไหมครับ
ใช่ตอบคำถาม7 ข้อนี้แต่ให้เวลาเตรียมตัว10 นาทีโอเคโอเค
Okay.
Okay, good. Go ahead.
Do you do you think advert have a big impact on what people buy?
Mm-hmm.
I think is yes, it's have because um someone know what it can do, but is have someone don't know what it can do. The advertisement is good. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Are adverts useful for people? I think yes. What kind of advert are most common in your country?
Mm-hmm.
Um, every kind. Which are more effective, advert on TV or advert on social media?
Mm-hmm.
I think social media because um it have many people use the social media.
Mm.
Do you think advertise uh admit as children is acceptable? Acceptable.
Mm.
Mm, I think I don't know about that.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
What do you think about advertising for fast food? I think it's normally
Mm-hmm.
because it have many kind. Do you think some type of advert should be banned?
Mm.
I think it don't have.
I see. All right. Okay, so happening there. All right. So for advertising, right? Do you think AdWords have a big impact on what people buy? Personally, I think it is important that AdWords have an impact to what people buy, just because I think AdWords have to analyze before they, create something for people. So meaning that if they can see the trend of that people are using or those people are available in that market, so I would say that they can create something that hit to the point and those people can buy something for their offer. Yep. Second question is that are advert useful for people? As far as I know, I would say that is adverts are useful for people because I think that just because we have to see that human to human interaction and those people can understand what they are going to do or provide such a product to each other. So I have to say that this kind of understanding people might be really important for people's skill and it can be enhanced for our product to be more available as much as possible. Mhm. Next, what kind of adverts are most common in your country? As I can see for my country, especially in Bangkok, I can say that advertisement about product for daily living, especially for food and accommodation, might have an impact toward this kind of advertising. For example, like we have to acknowledge that every day-to-day interaction, we can have many choices that we are going to do, and I think that for people who are, giving such impressive advertising might impact to people too. So most of the time that the food that can create something unique or something special might be one of the most interesting for advertising here. Next, which are more effective adverts on TV or advert on social media? We have to accept that social media might have an impact toward effective advertising just because people can reach to that social media platform, for example, like Facebook channel, Facebook page, Instagram, or other kind of TikTok channels, right? So I think that if we are want to produce such large audiences for effective advertising. So the social media might be an option here. So do you think advertising aimed at children is acceptable? Yep. As far as I know, I think that the children is acceptable for this kind of advertising. To some kind of limit, age limit would be appropriate and acceptable for those students. For example, like those children who have age below 15, they have to limit for what they can see for those kind of like alcohol or even tobacco or cigarette, something like that, just because it might be a leading cause to them to, you know, happen for a bad consequences later if they follow this kind of advertisement here. So what do you think about advertising for fast food? I think fast food is kind of like undeniable to those people in this modern day. And I think personally, I order, a number of fast food, and I kind of like, I think that it is easy to order. So what I can gain or perceive such advertising for fast food is kind of like just because the advertising are not in at online, right? And that's very important for people to get into fast food easily. And the last question here: do you think some types of adverts should be banned? Um, well, I think that it is possible just because, for example, like when we talk about tobacco, it is whether it's legal or illegal or not. So it's not conclusive yet. So I would say that some kind of cigarette or even alcohol drinking, things like that might be banned to some reason, especially for those youngster or even the, adolescents, teenagers. They might have an opinion or voicings that they can be allowed to have a drink like that. But to me, I think that it must be banned to some extent, just because it's not that good that let them feel that everything is freedom, everything is capable of doing so. But to me, I think that it must be carefully controlled in that sense. Yep. Thank you so much for your sharing here.โอเควันนี้จะยากนิดหนึ่งนะครับมาคิวสองโอเคนะครับเดี๋ยวให้เวลา5 นาที10 นาทีนะครับ What kind of art do you enjoy? What are the tradition art forms in your country? What makes a good painting? Do you think children should study art at school? How can children benefit from learning art? How art has changed in the last few decades in your country? ให้เวลา10 นาทีนะครับ
Okay.
Okay, good.
What kind of art do you like? Do you enjoy? Um, Fantasy? Yes. Or certified?
Mm,
Or the sped? What are the tradition art form in your country? I don't know.
mhm,
What make a good painting? Um, I don't know.
mhm.
Yes. Do you think students should study art at school? Yes, because um, a student will have the creative. How can students benefit from learning art? Have um more creative. Yes. How has art changed in the last few decades in your country?
อืม
I don't know. Yes.
โอเคอ่ะเดี๋ยวเราไปเบรกก่อนดีกว่านะสัก15 นาทีได้ไหม
ได้ครับ
เดี๋ยวโอเคครับ